Good morning, friends. Today we're going to talk about the hidden cost of sleep medication on brain health. This is Longevity Now FL. I'm Luigi Fontana, professor of medicine and the scientific director of the Charles Perkins Anti-RPA Clinic of the University of Sydney. As you know, many turn to benzodiazepines like diazepam or other sleep medication like Zolpidem for relief from insomnia. But a recent preclinical research published in the prestigious journal Cell reveals a critical downside. These medications may disrupt the brain's natural waste clearance system during sleep. Here's what this paper found. During non-REM sleep, synchronized oscillations in norepinephrine, blood flow, and cerebrospinal fluid help flush metabolic waste from the brain. This glymphatic clearance process is essential for brain health and cognitive function. However, this preclinical study in rodents by the Nedergaard's group suggests that sleep medication like Zolpidem suppress norepinephrine oscillation, impair vascular dynamics, and reduce glymphatic flow. Of course, this disruption may prevent the brain from properly clearing toxic proteins like beta-amyloid, potentially increasing long-term risks for neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's disease. So the key takeaway of this paper in short is that while these sleep-inducing medications like Zolpidem can help you fall asleep, they may compromise the restorative processes your brain needs most. Bottom line, it's important that you learn to prioritize natural sleep strategies to protect your brain health. Here are some tips, but in brief, probably I'm going to do another video about it, but some tips for improving your sleep quality. First of all, number one, you should try to maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Set a regular bedtime that allows for 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Most importantly, deep sleep. For these, you can use an Apple Watch and an Oura Ring where you can measure how many hours you sleep in deep sleep and in REM sleep. That's very important. Has been very helpful for me. Keep your bedroom quiet, dark, cool, and comfortable. Number two, is important that if you are awake after 20 minutes, you are in bed, you should get out of the bed and engage in a quiet activity like reading or listening to relaxing music or some meditation, avoiding screens. Number three, you should avoid large meals, caffeine, and alcohol before bed. And importantly, for most people, limit coffee after 5 p.m. since it can take up to 7 hours to metabolize caffeine. And minimize fluid intake to prevent waking up at night. To go to the bathroom, of course. Number four, reduce blue light exposure. This is very important. Blue light from screens like iPhone, iPads, disrupts sleep by affecting the circadian rhythm. Turn off devices at least an hour before bed and avoid stressful activities like checking emails. Number five, exercise for better sleep. We know that regular morning, not evening, morning exercise improves deep sleep. Therefore, avoid intense workouts in the evening as they may impair sleep quality. Number six, mental stimulation during the day. There are accumulating data showing that learning new skills boosts brain activity and enhances sleep quality by increasing delta wave intensity during deep sleep. Number seven, you can try to use pink noise. There is a lot of There are a lot of YouTube video with different forms of pink noise, sounds like waterfalls or heartbeats, improve deep sleep and cognitive function by stabilizing sleep patterns. Number 8, meditation and yoga. Practices such hatha yoga reduce sleep disturbances and improve sleep quality based on some publications. What about number 10? Number 9 is melatonin supplementation. So I need to talk about it in another video, but melatonin helps regulate sleep cycle, but is most effective for older adults or those with melatonin deficiency. Use 30 minutes before bedtime for 2 to 4 weeks. Okay? And finally, number 10, there are emerging data suggesting that electrical brain stimulation may improve deep sleep and memory retention, but this is like, for now, research-based type of interventions. Finally, as a general guideline, it is advisable to handle any sleep issues with calm to prevent making problems worse. So people, they get paranoid, if they're not able to sleep, and that causes a vicious circle. So if you find yourself lying awake in bed for an extended period, it's recommended to get up and engage in a relaxing activity. Typically, the next phase of sleepiness occurs approximately 90 minutes later. Keep in mind that, as I said before, the ideal room temperature for a good night's sleep range between 17 and 22 degrees Celsius, and you should ensure proper ventilation in the bedroom. That's everything for today. Thank you for listening. As always, this is Longevity Now, Longevity Now FL. I'm Luigi Fontana, Professor of Medicine, the Leonard P. Ullman Chair in Translational Metabolic Health, and the Scientific Director of the Charles Perkins Center RPA Clinic of the University of Sydney, and Director of the Health for Life program, and a clinical academic in the Department of Endocrinology of the Royal Prince Alfred Hospital in Sydney, Australia.